something, I also was like, oh, but I can switch it and I can change it.
Nice.
Like I saw there was this American guy or something on Instagram, and went off the, like he ran up the wall and did something and just threw it. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I was like, oh, I can do that, but I can change it. And then like, oh, and then I run up the wall, put it behind my back, and then throw it.
Yeah. Put your sauce on it.
And then yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, sometimes you just mess about, and I come up with these ideas where if I make one, sometimes there's another idea that comes in my head, because if I throw it wrong and say it bounces and it can go in, I was like, oh, okay. Then
Nice.
I've now made another idea for this shot.
Wow.
So
wow, that's big. Because I didn't realize it was that much freestyle. Like it's really creative. Like you see how you explained it now. Now, yeah. I don't see it as just a trick shot now, because I realize there's a process in terms of, oh wow, like I can. So that's good that you explained that. So how did you? Yeah. So when did you realize it was growing? It was growing.
Yeah, it started out obviously during the first lockdown, and then I only had my personal Instagram account, and everybody that followed me on my personal one was like, wow, this is sick, really good, blah, 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 this, and this, blah, blah, blah. And then a couple of people were like, oh, I can't share your stuff because like your page is private. Mm-hmm. So I said, yeah, I can't make my page public because I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
So then a lot of people were like, oh man, oh, da, da, da. And then someone was like, oh, why don't you make another page though? And just make it public with just trick shots.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I don't really want to get in trouble with work and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I found out, I was like, as long as there's no personal details or no personal experiences or me out or showing a bad representation of myself and this and this, then why not? Mm-hmm. So then, yeah, I started out the page in June. I had a bunch of trick shots already kind of saved up, and then the rest is history, really.
Wicked.
So, and then it's just grown and grown and grown.
Yeah, no, because I just remember one day, like I think it was probably during the lockdown or something. But I just remember you came up you just came up with a thing. I was like, what? How? When? This is awesome. And I just like, and that's when, once I saw you doing that, I was like, right, and that's when I think I must have reached out to you. And I was just like, yo, like, boom, 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 boom. And like, that's when I was like, yo, come on, so that's awesome. Also, yeah, thank you also for getting back to me. A lot of people don't know this has taken us a very, very long time to get this interview on. And I would just like to say, anybody else, I apologize and accept your apology. Trust me, it happens. Like life happens. So that's what I would say. So we're going to the final part of the interview, right? It's called the starting five. Your starting five top books, actors, movies, musician, rappers, and then your top five greatest players of all time in their position. So starting off, your top five books that you've read, audiobooks count as well, that you would recommend.
Okay. So I would probably say the top one I've read is Kobe Bryant's Mamba Mentality. That would be the first one.
Wait, let me see. You mean this one?
Oh, read you.
I still haven't read it. I've read like 8 pages. Like, and it's not even like a hard read. It's a hard read for other reasons. So yeah, Kobe Mamba Mentality.
Mm-hmm. And then Phil Jackson's 11 Rings.
I've got that. I haven't read that yet, but yeah, I've got to read it too.
Yeah. And then there is one by Coach K from Duke. I think he has it's called the Gold Standard.
Oh wow! Okay.
So it was the first like redeemed team. It's all about the whole joke, like the redeemed team from the Olympics. And then my last two, I'm gonna go. I have 2 kids, so I read loads of like younger books. Nice. And one of my favorite books from there, so I have a 4-year-old and a 1.5-year-old, and I would say Giraffes Can't Dance.
Okay.